on location.
Plugged In, the TV show with what you want to know, what you need to know, and what you'd like to know about what's going on in your town this week.
It's plugged into your life, plugged into here and now.
Get plugged in on your local cable station.
It's Thursday. Time to get plugged in. Don't worry, the weekend is just around the corner. Brr, it's a cold one out there. Little reminder, use a little common sense when you're heading out and about. Wear your winter gear, stay warm and dry. If you don't have to go out, then don't. The wind chill is very high and it is cold. On today's show, your host Jerry Levasseur will update us on what's going on in Simcoe Grey. He has interesting stories, your local weather, and much more. Stay tuned. Plugged In is next here on Rogers Community TV. Plugged In is proudly sponsored by Remax Grey Bruce Realty. Thinking of selling your home or buying one? Then call Owen Sound's top realtors, Faye and Dennis Herman, broker-owner of Remax Grey Bruce Realty at 371-1202. If you're looking to buy a home, then come join Faye and Dennis Herman and view some of the many homes they have listed on their multiple listing service. Call Faye and Dennis Herman, Remax Realtors, for your real estate needs and questions. Call 371-1202.
Whether it's a short drive to the store or a long drive in the country, Tom Smith Chevrolet will get you there. Trucks, you won't be out of luck once you move a lot of Chevrolet. And cars, you won't have to look far for those either at Tom Smith Chevrolet. Tom Smith Country, Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, Chevy Trucks on King Street in Midland. Proud to sponsor Plugged In Tuesday through Saturday at 6:30 p.m.
You're watching Rogers Community TV, serving the communities of Simcoe Grey.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday, January the 14th edition of Plugged In. I'm your host, Jerry Levasseur. Tonight we bring you the news and information that affects our local Georgian Bay area. First, from Environment Canada, the winter storm warning is still in effect as the South Georgian Bay area and most of southern Ontario is being hit with continuous winter storms. Seems that it just doesn't quit snowing. If you have to go out tonight, local police are recommending that you try to change your plans or be prepared to deal with the cold weather. You wouldn't want to get stuck in the cold weather tonight. More on the weather a little later in the show when we bring you the Environment Canada weather forecast. In news tonight from Blue Mountain Resorts, the hill conditions are great at this time, and the staff are working to keep you safe on the runs while you play on the mountain. But the corporate offices of Blue Mountain Resorts saw a flurry of activity today with the announcement of the 50% purchase of the resort by Interwest, a Canadian resort operator that has several of the big hills in the Rockies. Michelle Sipe was at the Blue Mountain today to find out how this merger will affect the operation of our area's biggest resort.
Along with the purchase of 100% developer real estate lands at the base of Blue Mountain by Canadian corporation Interwest, it was announced today that Blue Mountain Resorts has entered into a separate agreement to sell the leading developer 50% interest in the family-owned company Blue Mountain Resorts.
We started off talking to Interwest about the sale of land for the development of village. They're famous for the villages that they have developed at Tremblant and Whistler and are developing other villages throughout North America, mountain villages. We weren't really interested in selling equity. We've been in business since 1971. It's a family business. That's a lot of years, and it's very difficult to come to the conclusion that you're going to sell equity. But as we got talking to Interwest about the integration of the resort with the village, and the need for the resort to keep up with recreational facilities in parallel with the development of the village, we felt that cash infusion to the resort would help support the whole picture.
And what kind of changes are we going to initially see over the next little while, or are we?
I think we're going to go reasonably slow. There is going to be a new board of directors at Blue Mountain Resorts Limited, which will determine the final pace of development at the resort. We'll probably replace a chairlift, improve the snowmaking again. The village planning will take place over the next year, so not much change will be seen. After the first year of planning and approvals, there will be some marketing and actual sale of units. And then in the year 2000, we'll see the shovel go on the ground and occupancy about 2 years from now. The construction will take place through the year 2000, occupancy near the end of that year. That's when the major change will be seen, and we're hoping that there will be as many as 200 units in the first phase of the village project.
And how do you think that with this partnership with Interwest, you will be able to compete even more so on the world market as far as the resort is concerned?
There is no doubt in my mind that we're going to develop the major attraction north of Toronto. And my personal goal is to have everyone that comes into Toronto as a tourist not only want to go to Niagara Falls or stay in Toronto, but to come up to the Collingwood Blue Mountain area. So we think we can broaden our markets, especially the U.S. market, but we'll probably even have more European visitors in the non-winter seasons.
Blue Mountain was founded in 1941 by Czechoslovakian immigrant Jozo Weider. The Weider family remains committed to Blue Mountain today.
Well, it's a huge opportunity for our family, for the company, and I think for the area too. We've certainly enjoyed the business. It's a wonderful business to own, being part of a ski resort operation. We've enjoyed working with our employees and with our managers, and it's been a great time serving our customers. But this is a new opportunity, and we can accelerate the growth. We can strengthen our financial position, and so I think this will work out for all of us very well.
And if your father was alive today, how do you think he would feel with this natural progression of his concept so many years ago?
I think he would see it as a fantastic culmination of his dreams. He always wanted to have a year-round operation. He was struggling to develop non-winter business. This didn't happen in his lifetime, but we were able to develop the slide ride, the hotel, golf, and now I think we have a new wave of the future in the possibility of destination visits, 3-day visits, and a much larger scale of operations generally year-round.
It was during real estate negotiations that it was concluded that further expansion of the resort facilities was needed to complement this four-season destination. And with Interwest's injection of substantial investment dollars, Blue Mountain Resorts will now be able to meet the ever-changing demands of a world-class resort.
As I said, the Interwest is famous for its treatment of its staff and its treatment of its customers. We have similar service quality and human resources programs. We should plug together extremely well. So I expect that we're going to together be a great team.
As the year 2000 approaches, this announcement marks an exciting era of growth at Blue Mountain. With the newly formed partnership with Canadian corporation Interwest, this will allow the four-season resort to offer many opportunities as a world-class resort and continue to enhance tourism in our area. Reporting for Plugged In, I'm Michelle Sipe.
Midland will be hosting the annual Winterfest on January 20th through the 24th. One of the interesting events is the snow snake. Do you know what a snow snake is? Well, we have the facts and techniques about the snow snake in this story from Midland.
Hi, I'm Lucina Ironstone, and we're here at the Huronia Museum today to do a snow snake competition between the mayor and Steve, who works at the Huronia Museum. This is one of the events that will be featured at Midland's 14th Annual Winterfest, which takes place January 20th to 24th. And with us today is the Mayor of Midland, George MacDonald.
It's certainly a good time to come out and shorten the winter, to have some fun, and we got lots of snow and lots of activities planned for our 14th Winterfest, so do come out and enjoy us. Steve and I will be in a bit of a competition here, but I'm sure with Steve's strength and so on, Steve is going to win.
We'll see. And we have Steve, who works at the museum, here to tell us a little bit about the snow snake.
Okay, the snow snakes are a 500-year-old Wendat tradition, and this is a game played in the wintertime, and it usually involves a trough made of snow and ice, very similar to the luge, and what is thrown down our ice trough is what we have right here, and this is the snow snake. They are made of wood, and they are thrown down the trough, and the winner is determined by the distance thrown. The furthest distance wins.
Any idea how far they might have gotten when they were actually playing this sort of thing?
Sometimes they would get over a kilometer-long distance. So the troughs would be very, very long, and usually on a bit of a valley, so that the snow snake can travel a bit downhill, so you can get a bit more distance. But sometimes it'd be over a kilometer long.
And people are going to be able to come out, Lucina, and
yes,
try this out?
They will on the Saturday, the 23rd, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's a free activity, and they can come here and try out the snow snake.
I got something.
You have to do it one more time. Okay.
I didn't know you were going to throw it.
Okay. I'll say ready, set, go. Tell me when you guys are ready. Whoa. Oh, you got it?
Okay, good.
That one went good.
One more time for me. Okay. I think experience plays a key role here.
Did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to do it again anyway.
I'm just worried now about getting skewered.
Wait a sec. Don't let the winter get you down. Get out and enjoy all this beautiful snow and weather at Midland's 14th Annual Winterfest, taking place January 20th through 24th. For more information, call 526-1043 or watch for the pullout in the Mirror and the Free Press coming soon.
Almost got you, Lucina.
That was... The mayor did better that time.
Who sharpened the end of the stick?
With this cold weather, it's best to stay home and relax with a good movie. We have the Rogers Video Top 10 movie rentals for you now that are available at your neighborhood Rogers Video store.
This week's top 10 video rentals at Rogers are number 10, Wrongfully Accused. Number 9, Disturbing Behavior. Number 8, Mask of Zorro. Number 7, The Avengers. Number 6 is The Knockoff. Number 5, The Negotiator. Number 4, Blade. Number 3, Out of Sight. Number 2, Lethal Weapon 4. And the number 1 video rental this week is 6 Days, 7 Nights.
You're in luck. I'm your pilot.
For these two strangers, surviving the crash was the easy part.
Can't we reattach it somehow?
Sure, we'll glue it back on.
But getting off the island will be no vacation.
1, 2.
I can't!
Harrison Ford. 6 Days, 7 Nights. An Ivan Reitman film.
I've had just about as much vacation as I can stand.
We'll be right back with the Environment Canada weather forecast for the Simcoe Grey area and a story from the Owen Sound Platers. Stay tuned to Plugged In.
this part of television land, nothing is too big or too small. And where you are matters more than where you're from. 30 years ago, Rogers created community television to cover the things that happen close to home, to cover the places where we meet and talk, places where anything can happen. Because in this part of television land, you don't have to be famous to be important. In this part of television land, small doesn't mean insignificant. A little determination goes a long way. And you just never know when you'll rub elbows with immortality. 30 years ago, Rogers created community television to cover the things that happen close to home. Because in this part of television land, big things happen in small places.
Welcome back to Plugged In. From the Environment Canada Weather Centre, we have a winter storm warning in effect. Tonight we will see flurries with cloudy periods, snow accumulating to 10 centimeters, winds to 50 kilometers per hour. Friday will bring clouds with isolated flurries and local snow squalls developing. More snow accumulating up to 15 centimeters, winds to 40 kilometers per hour out of the northwest. The high isn't very high at minus 14 degrees, and the low will drop to minus 20 degrees. For the weekend, Saturday will be cloudy with flurries, highs near minus 3, and the low looks like about minus 9. Flurries again on Sunday, with the temperature reaching minus 4 and lows near minus 7. Heavy snowfall for the next few days, and the wind chill just adding to our enjoyment of the great Canadian weather. Probability of precipitation is 100% for tonight, 70% for Friday, and 70% for Saturday. The normal temperature for this time of the year are in the minus 4s to minus 10 degrees range, so the weekend will be a nice retreat to the normals, considering the extreme low minus 27 last night. By the way, did your car start this morning? In sports, the Owen Sound Platers have shored up their defense and added a tough winger in the last week. Gary Hahn gives us an update on the training that went on with the Platers.
The Owen Sound Platers recently solidified their defense by picking up overage defenseman Mike Langshire to return to the hockey club, and a trade with the Kingston Frontenacs, which sent Stephen Lafleur, an overage defenseman, and prolific goal scorer Sean Avery to the Kingston Frontenacs for a top-flight defenseman Aaron Franson and young DJ Miracle. It's transposed the Owen Sound Platers Hockey Club. They're much stronger on defense, although they lost a little bit of scoring potential. But the Owen Sound Platers are looking for some good things in the second half of this young Ontario Hockey League season. So we talked to the people involved in the trade.
You know, it didn't really catch me that off guard because I'd heard the rumors for a little while, so I was pretty excited. I came to a team that was doing really well and was looking to do even better. So I was excited for the chance to go to a contending team, and that's how I look at it right now.
Well, the thing was, it was right after Christmas. I walked in Kingston's main office there, and they just sprung it on to me saying I was traded to Owen Sound. You know, at first I was a little, disappointed, a little shocked at the same time. But this team's third in their conference. It's a real contender. So I'm happy to be here.
Had two quality defensemen like Aaron Franson and Mike Langshire. We know one thing, we're going to be able to get the puck out of our zone in more ways than one right now. Both have the ability to carry the puck, make those pinpoint passes, and both have tremendous experience under pressure to make the right move. If it may be dumping the puck, controlling the puck, whatever the case may be. They're going to make a huge difference to the rest of our defense because I don't think we've really had the top quality that they're bringing right now. DJ Miracle brings a toughness up front, good size, somebody who'll drive to the net and show up and play hard every night for us. We think we've got a lot of players who are prepared to do that, but maybe not with his size and physical presence. So
I think first of all with Mike Tomkowitz, he's taken on such a big load. He's been playing the power play always the full 2 minutes, and he's been playing like 32, 33 minutes a game, and really too much for Mike or for Dahmer, and so adding Lancashire is really going to help. And Franson is just a marquee player in the league. Actually, all three of them are, and it's going to make a big difference. They can share the load and certainly help our power play too.
Aaron Franson had the chance to meet Dan Snyder and Adam Mayer at Maple Leaf rookie training camp, and they forged a friendship right there and never realized they'd be teammates because of the trade that brought him to the Owen Sound Platers.
You know, I got an invite to the rookie camp, and it went, you know, I didn't actually play as well as I thought I could, and then luckily I got to go on to the main camp with Danny and Adam, and there I thought I played pretty well, and it was a great experience.
DJ Miracle is very close to coming off the injury list. He's suffering from a broken collarbone. He should be back sometime at the very latest, late January. He's an 18-year-old who's going to show the coaches what he can do this year and then be a very important member of this hockey club next year as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think I've established that in Kingston. You know, I guess these guys haven't seen me that much, but you know, I think I've established myself as a pretty hard-nosed winger. You know, and I do my job.
We're really looking forward to you getting into the Owen Sound Platers lineup. May your recovery be rapid.
All right, thank you.
Well, the 10th anniversary of the Owen Sound Platers is maybe going to be a very special year for the young hockey club. Never before have the Platers, since the move from Guelph to Owen Sound, got past the second round of the playoffs. That's one thing they'd like to accomplish this season. The Platers now, with Aaron Franson in the lineup, DJ Miracle soon to be, and of course the return of Mike Lancashire and Adam Mayer, are hoping to put it all together in the second half of the OHL season. For the OHL this week, this is Gary Hahn, Owen Sound.
Owen Sound Grey's general manager Howie Traynor resigned earlier this week. There's been a conflict all season between Traynor and head coach Bill Brown, and after a loss this past weekend, the two had an argument. The two didn't see head-to-head about the direction of the team and the way the team was being handled. Traynor resigned, citing time commitments with his job at PPG as well as the personality conflicts. The Greys executive met Tuesday to discuss it and accepted his resignation. President Carl Fairman announced that they did accept the resignation. Trainor's duties will be split between Brown, Director of Hockey Operations Doug Kennedy, the assistant coaches, and the executive. The Greys are next in action Friday night as they host the Kitchener Dutchmen at 7:30 p.m. at the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center in Owen Sound. For Plugged In Owen Sound, I'm Mark Perry.
See the Vietnam War through the eyes of one platoon and the innocent Vietnamese girl they torture. It's a drama that tells the tale of human nature, human cruelty, and human decency. Then learn about the life of a woman whose humble acts of charity earned her the Nobel Peace Prize. History has Casualties of War at 9, and WTN has Intimate Portraits with Mother Teresa at 10. Catch it on Rogers tonight.
If spokes get you stoked, get ready to set it off with Craig. All the BMX and motocross action you can squeeze into one show. Gear up to Crank for all the high styling and profiling. Whether you enjoy the thrill of still or you like flirting with Bert, nothing's better than doing it in the dirt. Get Cranked Fridays at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific. Only on the Outdoor Life Network.
Hi, I'm Leah Leggett, and I'm here at the VON Adult Day program in Collingwood. We've been asked to say a few words about seniors staying safe in this cold weather, and I've got a few tips here that might help with that. Keeping warm is the best way to beat the cold, and you can do that by dressing warmly, especially when going outdoors on these cold, blustery days, and also when going to bed at nighttime, because often hypothermia sets in during the night. The second most important point is having family and friends check in on you at least once or twice a day to make sure that everything's okay. Thirdly, check out with your pharmacist if you're on any medications, if those medications can affect your controlling of your body temperature, which can also affect hypothermia and those conditions. Lastly, keeping active is probably the best way to stay warm, and that's good any time of year. So those are our tips on how to beat the cold. Thank you. Leah Leggett from the VON Day in Collingwood.
Cable in the Classroom, commercial-free educational television programming provided to schools as a public service by Canadian cable companies. Cable in the Classroom tears down walls, opens minds.
Canada Snowboarding Authority, Ride Guide. Gotta go! Tour some of North America's best boarding terrain. Get up close and personal with elite pro riders. The latest results from the World Cup Tour and the cruel reality of real riders.
I had seen everything you guys were doing. I didn't know why you were slowing that stuff down.
Ride Guide, every Thursday at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific on the Outdoor Life Network.
Well, that's our show for this evening. Thanks for staying plugged into your community with us at Rogers Community TV. For Plugged In, I'm Jerry Levasseur. Have a great evening. Have a safe evening. Good night.
Plugged In is proudly sponsored by RE/MAX Grey Bruce Realty. Thinking of selling your home or buying one? Then call Owen Sound's top realtors, Faye and Dennis Herman, broker-owner of RE/MAX Grey Bruce Realty at 371-1202. If you're looking to buy a home, then come join Faye and Dennis Herman and view some of the many homes they have listed on their multiple listing service. Call Faye and Dennis Herman, RE/MAX Realtors, for your real estate needs and questions. Call 371-1202.
Whether it's a short drive to the store or a long drive in the country, Tom Smith Chevrolet will get you there. Trucks, you won't be out of luck once you cruise the lot at Tom Smith Chevrolet. And cars, you won't have to look far for those either at Tom Smith Chevrolet. Tom Smith Country, Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, Chevy Trucks on King Street in Midland. Proud to sponsor Plugged In Tuesday through Saturday at 6:30 p.m.